Okay, good evening. Welcome back. Part two. Hopefully you're having a good week and had a good day. I'm a little tired and looking forward to Friday, to be honest. Long week, but a good week. And the webinar last night was fantastic. What an amazing piece of software. I think I tried to get that across to you in the emails that I sent about making sure you're on this webinar and how good it is. Last night we saw just how much it's capable of and how it works. You know, it's not rocket science. It's just put together correctly because these guys understand SEO and how it works and what will rank. So that's the whole idea behind the software. It works. So tonight, welcome back to the guys. They're actually going to run through more for us, the monetization, have a look at what we've got. So no further ado, Todd, you there?
I am here, Matt. How are you doing this evening?
Looking forward to a beer on Friday night, honestly, mate. Long week, but
right on, same here. How's everybody doing out there? If everybody can hear me, give me a hello. Let me know where you're calling in from. How's the weather? How's life in general? Let's see some chatter going on. See who can type and who can hear me. And who can see the screen there? The box says local supremacy. Okay, Robert says life is good. Right on. Hello, John. Hello, Colin, back from the Gold Coast, Australia. Right on. Would not be a webinar of ours if we did not have somebody from Australia. That's great. That's great. Okay, guys, we are going to kick this off in just a couple of more minutes. I see the attendees ticker keeps scrolling up and up and up and up. So we're just going to chit chat with you guys here for just a couple of minutes while everybody gets in and gets their go-to webinar running along with their speakers, their headphones, whatever they are using so that they can hear properly. Can everybody see the screen there that says local supremacy? Is that coming through nice and clean? All right, good deal. Screen is good. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, James. Good to see you guys. What we're going to do today, we are going to revisit the site that we built last night. So just hang tight, just a few more minutes, and we will get started. Waiting for that ticker to slow down just a little bit more. And I will give a quick intro to the boys, and then we will get started. We are going to talk about SERPtech, number one, that we used to build a site last night with, and actually we've built hundreds of sites using SERPtech, and lots of other members have been using it as well. So we're going to go over a lot of sites that have been built. We're going to go over the sites that we built yesterday. We're going to go over the sites that we built today. And then most importantly, I think the most important part of the webinar today is how do we actually make money with these sites easily? Because as you saw yesterday when we built that site, we were just using the basic 2016 WordPress theme, which, you know, isn't all that pretty. It isn't really built for conversions and all of those kinds of things. I'm sure everyone was aware of that. It was kind of scratching their head on, you know, wow, you can rank all these URLs, but who's going to jump on anything using that? So today we are definitely going to show you how a piece of software you see on the screen called Local Supremacy. We're going to show you how this piece of software ties in with all of the rankings we get with our SERPtech sites. All right, you guys ready to get started? Give me a big old 1 there in the chat box if you guys are ready. No, you know what? Before I do that, before you guys start typing, actually give me a 1 in the chat box if you were here for yesterday's demo, and a 2 if you were not. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. All right, a lot of repeaters tonight. Well, welcome back. Thank you for coming back. I know you're just excited to see all these results as everyone else. And for those of you that missed yesterday's webinar, we do have a replay of that up on a web page. We'll pass that link out near the end of the show today so that you can go back, and it's a real quick webinar. It only took us about 35 minutes to do the build, and then we just answered questions there towards the end for another 30 minutes. So you'll be able to see real quick how easy it is to use the SerpTech software in order to build those sites. All right, let's see who we have on the call today. Let me see. Jason, my man, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How you doing?
All right, guys, that's Jason. He is over in the UK as well. A little bit late for him. Him and Matt are in the same boat. But as I mentioned yesterday, and as most of you already know, Jason is the lead developer behind SerpTech. So he's going to be with us today to answer questions in the chat box and maybe come on live and explain a few things if we need to do that. Also, we have on the line, he was with us briefly yesterday, Mr. Steven Vanderpaal. Steven, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, guys. Now that is Steven, and he is the lead developer, head honcho, and big cheese of Local Supremacy. So we have all the brains that are involved with us here tonight, and Steven's going to be answering your questions as well in the chat box, as well as coming on live and demonstrating some of the features and the way Local Supremacy works, and so forth and so on. All right, last but not least, we have Mr. Herc Magnus. He's going to be driving us through some demonstrations tonight as well. So, Mr. Herc, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here and ready to go.
All right, well, without further ado, it is exactly 10 minutes past the hour, and this is where we'd like to start. So, Herc, my man, the show is yours.
All right, guys. So, like Todd said, yesterday we built the site. Today we're going to show you another piece of software that helps us turn ugly sites into beautiful pieces of monetizable assets. But before I get started with that, I do have a little bit of bad news, but I also have a little bit of good news. So I'd like to ask you guys, which one do you want to hear more? Give me a 1 for the bad news and a 2 for the good news. And we'll start that way. Okay. Always bad news first. Finishing on a good news. Okay, so here's bad news, guys. Remember yesterday I asked you guys when we built that site, please do not check the indexation of the site because it's an advanced search operator. Google understands that. You guys are all different IPs all over the world, and all of a sudden Google sees advanced search operators happening from different parts of the world. And that's kind of a flag to them, and that really slows down progress. So what happened with that site, I'll show you. It was the not.pro. Okay, it just didn't index until this morning it indexed. And what ended up happening is I actually last night, usually these index a lot faster. Okay, they index within a couple hours and start getting rankings. But it looks like somebody on the webinar, or maybe a couple people on the webinar, went and did what I asked them not to do. Maybe it was on the replay, I don't know. So I went ahead and I rebuilt and re-indexed the site to see if we could fix it, and it didn't really happen. It indexed later on, so we didn't quite get the results that we were hoping for with this site that we built yesterday. So that's the bad news. We're not going to really be able to show you anything because it's kind of screwed up. And unfortunately, that's kind of the risk we take on live webinars. We do let you guys know, here's the things you should or shouldn't do. But not all the time does everybody listen. So that's the bad news. But the good news is that in order to keep things really, really clean, I went ahead and ordered another domain name, and I basically just copied the site over onto a new domain name. And I just did that a couple hours ago. So you can see right here, July 6th. Which is today, okay, and I used, we're staying in the same city, we're staying within the same niche, get hitched, but this time, since nobody knows about the site, nobody was able to do that, so we went ahead and built that one, and you can see this one, we got 95 results. This just indexed just a little while ago, actually about an hour ago, just before the webinar, so literally this site is a few hours old and it just got indexed in Google, so it's not fully matured yet. These sites, obviously, the reason we say 24 hours, it gives them a bit more time to mature. But the cool thing is that no one touched this one, and here we go, guys. Here's gethitch.pro. Okay, once again, let me just show you GetHitch.pro, registered today, built today, same keywords, same, all I did was change the domain, okay? And here's what we ended up with. I'll even refresh this. It might have gone up a little bit as well. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But we ended up with 28 #1 rankings, not page 1, #1, 4 more in the top 3, another 18 in the top 10. And let me tell you something, guys, this being that this site is only a few hours old, this is still pretty damn good. When's the last time you guys got over 50 keywords on the first page in literally hours? So we've been saying 24 hours, but because of the way shit went yesterday, I did this one today. We have 50 wedding-based keywords ranking in Google over the past hour. Okay, and there they are. Okay, you can see Get Hitched Edmonton, Rideau Park, all this stuff, guys. So if I go search Google for some of this, we can actually see these things in Google. So there it is, sitting at #1. Okay, for a bunch of wedding-based keywords, which weddings, I will tell you this, guys, #1, weddings are expensive. As soon as you attach the word wedding to a service, all of a sudden everybody jacks up the price. And I know this for a fact because, like I said, the reason I even chose weddings is because myself and my fiance Tennille are actually getting married in like 35 days from now. So I kind of went after that. And I know how expensive it is. Everything that you do is expensive. The photographers and the caterers and just literally every step is so expensive. So weddings is a really good market to go after. And I was able to build a site and get 50 first page rankings in like 4 hours, which is unbelievable. Okay, and I bet you if you check this over the next few days, I'm gonna get a whole bunch more because more pages are gonna index. I'm tracking. You can see I'm tracking a lot of terms. I basically multiplied my keywords by my locations, so I'm tracking a ton of keywords, and this will probably keep going up as the days pass on because they mature. Now, if I was to do any SEO, yeah, women equals expensive. That's right. If I was to do any SEO to this site, guys, remember this site was just built 4 hours ago, so I don't have any backlinks or any social or any of that stuff, right? We haven't done absolutely anything at all to this site except for build it, tell Google it was there. We got the 50 first page rankings. Now, over the next little few days, it'll probably increase more, but if I start now sending links to it or doing what SEOs always do, right? Every time we build a site, guys, and we want to rank it higher, harder for higher and harder terms, more traffic, stuff like that, we do a little bit of SEO, right? This will just improve and improve and improve. We've literally seen sites like we did one site about 3 weeks ago that everything went right and everyone listened. We had 400 #1 rankings in the first 24 hours, which is unbelievable. So this is a little low, but that's why it's still amazing though. 50 first page rankings in the wedding niche all over Edmonton. We now have an asset that literally took me 4 hours. We have an asset that I can go to companies with and sell. Right, we have a sellable asset in such a short amount of time. So being that we have that asset for sale, okay, and that it looks, you know, just like the one did yesterday, okay, not the prettiest thing in the world, right? We've already kind of discussed that. So what we're going to look at today, guys, is we're going to look at software #2, which was developed by Steven, who's on the call. And that's the software that's going to allow us to monetize these, you know, quick ranking, not so pretty little sites, right? Because people have been asking, how do you turn this into money? Do you put AdSense on them? Can I do Shopify and all this stuff? So we're going to show you a piece of software called Local Supremacy, and this is Local Supremacy right here. And we're going to show you 4 very, very unique ways that you can sell your assets that you build with SurfTech using Local Supremacy. So let me start with a question because there's 4 ways. How many people out there don't like selling? You don't like picking up the phone, you don't like selling emails and doing the whole sales process. Give me a 1 if you're just not really that person, you don't like selling. You know what I mean? It's pretty common for people not to like to sell. It's uncomfortable and stressful and all that crap, right? Exactly. Colin says nobody does. And lots of ones coming in, guys, and there always is lots of ones. So what we're going to show you guys, the first out of 4 methods is going to be for you guys, and it's kind of like what I like to call attract the fly to honey. Okay, so what we have is a site with a bunch of rankings. Okay, a lot of #1s and a lot more page ones. Okay, and so what we're going to do is we're going to create an asset in Local Supremacy, and basically how this software works, it is asset based. And what I mean by asset based, and the best way to kind of give you an analogy for this It's like going into a grocery store and grabbing a shopping cart. And you can go up and down the aisles and you can put whatever you want into that shopping cart so that it's for sale, right? And whatever you have in the shopping cart is what you go to the checkout with. Now, local supremacy works the same way. The asset is the shopping cart, and you can put things in the shopping cart. So a couple examples, for instance, I could put all the pages on this site into a shopping cart and put it at the checkout, put it up for sale, okay? Or I can take all the posts that are in the suburb of Devon from this site and just put that in the shopping cart and put that up for sale. I can even take all the pages from Atchison on this site and all the pages from Fort Saskatchewan on a different site and put that into a shopping cart and put it up for sale. Does that make sense to everybody? It's asset based. And it's very flexible. You can use all of a site, you can use multiple sites, you can use some sections of one site plus some sections of another, okay? And that's how assets work. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna set up an asset. We're gonna create a shopping cart. So let's add a site asset, and we'll add our gethitch.pro. Let me log out of here first. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll pick a name for our asset. I think the name of the URL is probably a pretty good domain name. Okay, gethitch.pro. And then we're going to fill out the URLs for our asset. Okay. This way, sorry. And what let me zoom in a bit here, guys. What this star comma backslash is for actually is just it's a wildcard function, and all I'm saying is add every page into the shopping cart as an asset. Add every page of the site into the asset. Okay, and wildcards are how we're able to add partial sites or whole sites, or multiple partials of multiple sites. But we teach these in advance once you guys are inside. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add that asset. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is actually, let me ask you a question. Okay, so businesses that in Edmonton, so I'm in Edmonton, the site's basing itself in Edmonton. All the businesses in Edmonton that are wedding-based business, so the wedding suit rental shops and the flower people and the planners and the caterers and the DJs and all that stuff, those businesses in Edmonton that have websites, do you think those owners of their website have a good idea of where their site is ranking in Google? Say yes or no. Does a business owner in Edmonton have a good idea of where they're ranking in Google? Some people are saying no. Most people are saying yes. Here's the thing though, most business owners know where they rank. They don't know how they got there or how to move it up or down, but they have a general idea of where their website ranks. Okay, and what that means is they're obviously searching in Google for keywords or whatever related to their business to go and look for where their site ranks, because they're not SEOs. They don't know about things like rank tracking. They don't know how to find this stuff out. So they're constantly searching out keywords to see where their business ranks, because they're uneducated people in this regard. But they do generally have an idea. They are generally searching for their businesses to see where they find. So let me give you an example of what we're going to do. We're going to set up an asset and keep that idea in mind here as we're setting things up. So I set up the asset. What I'm going to do now on the next step is set up a funnel, okay? And I'm going to use all the pages, and I'm going to do a two-step setup here, okay? I'm going to do a pop-up ad, and then I'm going to add a step, and I'm going to go to a sales page, and then I'm going to create that as a funnel. Okay, so now it's going to tell me select the pop-up ad to choose, and we're going to create a new one. All right, and then we're going to edit the new one. Now, where it takes me is into an ad editor. Okay, and the nice thing about this ad editor is there's already a bunch of templates that you can use in there. You can see all these awesome templates. Okay, the one we're going to use for this demo is called a mini trial pop-up. So all I do is drag it over here. Okay, and now from this area, I'm not actually going to do this for you guys. I'll just tell you what you can do. You can edit absolutely anything you want on this. You can edit colors, you can edit text, you can add images or movies or whatever you want, or you can change the fields. I'm not going to do anything, but just so you guys know, these are editable. Okay, you would just have to go into the edit and then start clicking and moving things around, or you could just drag in templates. So just for the sake of speed of the demo, we're just going to use the default stuff and we won't edit anything. So I'm going to click publish on that. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do is down here, step 2 is our sales page. Okay, and we're going to create a new sales page, and we're going to edit that sales page. All right, and once again, we're going to do nice full template, sales page templates. Okay, and here they are loading up, and we'll grab this one and we'll drag it in. Okay, and we can even, I will do one small edit. Okay, I'm going to grab this ranking report, and then we're going to do a nice little edit. Okay, so we're going to edit right here, and I'm just going to add one little line. Okay, and then I would say something like click here or whatever, right? But then I can highlight this, and then I can add the link, right, to the tracking. Okay, so maybe I'll say, hey, I'll even add it. Click here. Okay, and now I'll publish it. Okay, now it's published. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is knowing, I'll say this now, I'll ask you guys this, knowing that we're in the wedding space, how much do you think, you know, we have 50 first page rankings, what would you guys want to rent this site for? If this was your site and you had 50 first page rankings in the first 6 hours, you know that you're probably going to go on to get hundreds of first page rankings. How much do you think would be fair to rent this site out to a business for? And this is kind of a tough question because some people are good at sales, some people are not good at sales. John says $350 a month. So let's just go with what John says. I would put it out for a lot more than that because if you get a photographer, a wedding photographer, ours are $5 grand. Okay, so let's just up that. Okay, let's just call it $1,000 a month. If he gets one lead over the entire month for $1,000, he's good. Okay, so we're going to put the price as $1,000 a month, and we'll put it into a PayPal subscription. Now that's the setup. Okay. Now let's go back to that story where we're saying, okay, business owners probably know somewhat because they're searching different keywords what's going on. So let's say there was a wedding organizer in Aspen Gardens. Okay. Doing some, yeah, Colin says whatever you can get depends on the lifetime value of the customer. It's a little bit tough to determine pricing. We teach a lot more about it in another webinar inside of the members area, but we'll just go with 1,000 just for the sake of whatever. So let's say, for anyways, this wedding accessory store in Forest Heights, maybe Confetti J Dreams was checking out their rankings, and they're like, oh man, I got bumped to number 2. You know, I was number 1, and I was so proud, and I was high-fiving my buddies. I'm number 1, but now there's a new one. So they go ahead and they click on it. Okay, so let's just grab their URL here. Let's pretend we're Suzanne from Confetti Daydreams. Okay, because she sells wedding accessories in Forest Heights, and she noticed she got bumped out, so she clicks this because she wants to see what's up. And what happens is she sees this website is now for rent, and maybe there's a couple more details in here, and she's very, very curious. This high-ranking website could be yours, blah, blah, blah. She's like, what's up with that? So Susan, the curious bee, who's now smelling honey, is, let's just say website.com, okay, is now curious about what is this new site ranking, and I've seen them on a few different places. You know, they have a few different rankings everywhere I look. I'm seeing them. So she fills in her details. And it said, then she clicks the button, show me how it works instantly. Oh, your 5-page live demo starts now. Cool. What does that mean? All right. Here's what just happened. Notice the domain we're on, guys? GetHitched.pro. But now it's Confetti Daydreams. It's Susan's site. So Susan was out there looking for a business. She noticed, you know, a few keywords for this new Get Hitched domains, ranking number 1. And she went and got curious. She overlaid her thing, and here she is. Okay, let me refresh that because I want my little timer back. Let's just go do that again because I lost my timer. Sorry, guys. Okay, Get Hitched.pro. So there, anyways, here's Susan back. So now it's looking good, right, Susan? Time to make it permanent now before your competition does. Click here to get all the details. So Susan clicks on the button, and boom, there's GetHitched.pro, guaranteed top search engine rankings for a fraction of the cost. We send her to this nice little sales page, and I didn't edit it perfectly, but you can see, click here, we have 51-page ranking. So then Susan opens this up and she sees it's actually true. She sees a ranking report, okay? She starts organizing things by rank and she's like, wow, these guys really are ranking for all these keywords. And she'll look these up and she'll see the site there. But every time she clicks on one of those sites, okay, Susan's gonna see her stuff, your stuff, like her site, you know what I mean, overlaid onto yours. So Susan automatically, without too much explanation, gets what just happened. She came to your site, she saw, you know, your listing #1 in Google. She was curious, she took a rental trial, she sees her site now overlaid, she understands, I'm gonna be able to put my site in those ranking positions for all these keywords. There's not much that has to be explained to Susan because the process that she just went to really explained it all to her. Okay? She sees her site here. You take her right over here to the details. If she likes what's going on, click here to rent before your competitors do. She reads your sales page, boom, right to your PayPal account for $1,000 a month. Okay? And what did you do? Like, what did you, all you people out there that gave me ones and said I don't really like selling, what was your actual interaction with Susan? Right? None. You didn't even talk to Susan. Susan did everything on her own. She was on the internet searching one day. She saw her site got bumped down. She clicked on your link to see who you are, noticed it was for rent, clicked on the for rent, she saw all the new rankings, okay? And then she's like, I want that for my site. And that's it. She clicks over and she goes to PayPal and boom, she buys it. You didn't even talk to her, which is awesome, okay? Give me a 1 if you guys get that. Quessy gets it, yeah. Oh, John gets it, Ken gets it. You guys all get it, yeah. So that's kind of the lazy way, guys. That's kind of like, maybe lazy is not a good way to do it, but it is pretty lazy. I mean, literally, guys, you know that I built that site before the webinar today and ranked it, and then I just hang a for rent sign on it, and I can just sit there. And it's kind of like fishing. You throw your line in the water and you see what happens, okay? It's for people that aren't really, you're not comfortable with sales, but you still have something to sell. It gives you the ability to do that, okay? So that's method 1. Now, next question before we move on to method 2. Who here, however, is good at sales? Give me a yes. If you think you're good at sales, you're a sales rock star, you know how to sell, you know how to talk to people, you're comfortable selling, you know the value of a site that you have. Say yes if that's you. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, now there's always a few yeses. There's always more no's than yeses, but let's show you method number 2 now. This is going to be for you guys. Okay, so let's do this. The first thing we're going to want to do, guys, what we're going to basically do with method 2 is we're going to target people in our area, in our niche, that are actually already spending money. And it's an easy thing to find, right? So like, there's a couple ways to do it. You could go like Wedding Planners Edmonton, okay? And then what you're looking for, they're not popping up right now for this particular keyword, but you're looking for Google Ads. Like people that are spending money on Google AdWords. One easy way to do it is to log into your AdWords account and find the keywords that have a high CPC, cost per click, as well as a high competition, meaning a lot of people are bidding on those, on those keywords. All right. Those are the type of sites that you'll want to target. So I'm just doing Wedding Edmonton. I'm just doing like generalized searches here for stuff. But you could do a little bit more research and go find that. If there's advertisers that are showing up for high CPC, high competition keywords, you know that person is spending a lot of money. Another way to do it, guys, is to go to Yellow Pages, okay, and just look for weddings, like wedding planner, okay, and then you just like do a search. Now this would be Yellow Pages works much better in the States than it does in Canada for some reason. But wedding planners in Phoenix, for instance, these spots on the right, if there's people showing up, are definitely people that are paying good money, as well as these sponsored links, okay? You can even Google Yellow Pages rate sheet, and there's an image that pops up that gives you a really good indication of how much people are paying to be in certain spots on the Yellow Pages. So all you have to do is like look up the rate sheet, go find these people and be like, okay, I know this guy's spending money. I know they're spending about $300 to get the top spot for wedding planner, right? And you already know that they're spending money. Does that make sense to everybody? How we're determining the type of people who are spending money, and then I'll show you what to do with them in a sec. I just want to make sure you're all with me on this one. Does that make sense? Okay, awesome. We all know how to find people who are spending money. Another way, you could save the flyers that come in your junk mail, full of services all the time. You know people are spending money on that crap. So, anyways, here's what we'll do. Let's use this person as an example. Okay. Oh, sorry, I should go into Edmonton. That's Phoenix. So let's go Edmonton wedding. I don't know, Edmonton wedding cakes or some stuff like that. Okay. And we can see that Whimsical Custom Cake and Studio. Actually, let's go Wedding Planner because they deal with more stuff. Cakes just deal with cakes. Wedding planners deal with absolutely everything. Okay, so here's this Jennifer Bergman Weddings. Okay, she does everything, right? So we know. Let's say that we did our research and we know that Jennifer Bergman is spending a bunch of money on AdWords or Yellow Pages or whatever. We've done our research. We know she's spending money. So we're going to actually, in method 2, because we know we're good at sales, we know the value of what we had, we're going to target Mrs. Jennifer Bergman here. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll come back to our asset. Okay. And I'm going to change my Rent Me funnel up. Okay. And I deleted what we had. This time, what I'm going to select is just overlay. Okay, the first one we did was like a pop-up ad to a sales page. This time we're just going to do an overlay, okay, and we're going to create that funnel, and then it's asking us what URL do you want to overlay, and we're going to overlay Mrs. Jennifer. Okay, okay, she's framed, so we can't overlay a frame with a non-frame. You can't overlay. Sorry, it has to do with HTTPS, guys. My site was built without an HTTPS certificate, so I cannot. Use a different I can't go HTTP to HTTPS. If I was HTTPS, I could do both. So we'll just do another one, which is fine because there's lots of people here that are also HTTPS. I should have built my site in HTTPS. Let's try this guy. Also HTTPS. Vipitent VIP event. I think they were HTTPS too. Wow, that's good. Everybody's building with HTTPS, which is great. They're HTTPS. Holy shit. Jeez. Sorry, guys. I've never seen so many like secure sites before. Must be something new that's going on here. They're secure. I think we're catching on to something new in Google here, guys. Have you guys ever seen this many HTTPs? Like literally today's the first time I've ever seen this many.
I've actually been teaching it in a course I've got called Cloud Defender for a while because it does affect your rankings, or it can affect your rankings. It
yeah,
also,
go ahead.
It shows up in Chrome in the browser as to whether your site's secure or not, and that highly affects your click-through rates. So I've got a course about how to use Cloudflare, for instance, to take the advantage of the free HTTPS from that. But yeah, it's a lot more common now.
This is literally, I can't believe I'm not finding one. Usually it's the first one I click. This is the first time I've seen all HTTPS, so I'm actually wondering if Google's done some sort of major update. Let me just try it. If you guys want to keep looking for one for me, if you don't mind, I'm going to just try this one. Or Todd or Steven. Or... What the heck is going on here? Okay, let me just try this one. Okay, we found it. Okay, now sorry guys, I'm going to research that actually. That's really good information. I've never seen it quite like that before. So once again, let's just say we did, I'll back you guys up before I got into my little spiel of searching there. We targeted a company that was in our niche, okay, in our area that we know is spending money. Then we went and we changed our funnel from a pop-up ad to a sales page straight to an overlay, okay, and then we saved it. All right, Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our site. Okay. And notice the URL, guys, gethitch.pro, but it's meant to be, right? This was the company that I overlaid. They're the only one out there without a secure site, apparently, which is funny. So you've overlaid them. Now, okay, this is what's cool about this, guys, is we're going to teach about like what's called a USP, a unique selling proposition. This owner of this website right now is getting bombarded by SEO companies. Everybody that owns a business and has a website is getting bombarded by SEO companies, getting phone calls, getting emails. But a lot of them are coming through the contact forms, okay, where they're saying stuff like, hey, you know, this is so-and-so, I found your website, and you could be doing a lot more, yada, yada, yada. Have you guys ever seen those emails, like, come to your own stuff? You know, they're just constantly bombarding you. And she's getting this all the time, and the phone calls she's getting are kind of the same calls as well. Hey, you know, I'm an SEO company, and basically it boils down to this. Give me some money, and in a few months, I'll give you some rankings, and you'll get more busy, right? Everybody's selling a promise. Everybody's selling, you know, eventually you're going to make more money, but give me money now, okay? But what you're going to do is you're going to position yourself quite uniquely amongst all them. When you contact these people, because you don't mind, you know you have something that is valuable for sale, right? I forgot where my little report went there, but we already saw the keywords that I was ranking for. You know you have something valuable for sale. You can literally show, overlay her site and then contact her, okay? And say, hey, whatever her name is, I just wanted to let you know I ranked you for over 50 keywords on the first page of Google, and I've already put your site there. I'd like to talk to you. And she'll be like, what? Like, what? What do you mean you already put me there? And then what you could do is send her that ranking report that I had loaded up there earlier. You can actually send her the ranking report, and she's going to click on those links in the ranking report to see if it's true. Are these keywords actually ranking? And when she clicks on those keywords and she gets to gethitch.pro for all those rankings, she's going to see her site, right? So she's now like scratching her head, can't believe what she's seeing. She's never seen anything like it before. She's never been contacted with this kind of method before. And she's thinking, wait a minute, you're telling me I'm already ranking for these 50 keywords on page 1? I'm already there, my site's already there? That's awesome, let's talk, right? That's an easy way to open up the conversation with a business, because number one, you've approached her in a very unique way that nobody else is doing, and it's very, very attention-getting to these people because you're using their site, you're hitting them personally with rankings and their site, you're proving it. Number two, I can tell you guys from being an SEO, I ran an SEO agency, I believe I showed that a little bit on the first webinar. But when you're an SEO agency and you're trying to get a deal, the number one objection that you're going to get from people, or the number one, not necessarily an objection, but the number one thing they're going to ask you for is a portfolio. They're going to say, prove yourself. How good are you at what you're saying? You know, if you want me to spend $1,500 or $1,000 or $1,500 a month to rank in 2 or 3 months, you better prove yourself right now. So they're going to want to see some of your past work. And as newer SEOs, not all the time do we have that, right? Not all the time do we have that. But with this method, guys, she's going to not even ask that question. She's not going to be like, can you prove to me how good you are? Because the very first thing you did to her is you proved how good you are. You got the elephant out of the room before it ever became a question. She's not going to talk to you about your SEO expertise. Okay, she's just, well, she might talk to you about it because she's so impressed by it, and she'll just like, how'd you do that? And like, you know, it's not going to be a question of, are you good? It's going to be like, you're the best I've ever seen. How'd you do that? Okay. This is method number 2, guys. This is, yeah, exactly. Ad says the proof is in the pudding. Seeing is believing. And that's truly the difference here, guys. The old way of doing SEO is selling a promise and being able to deliver. Okay. And then your reputation starts preceding you. And that's hard. That's really hard to do. Selling a promise is not easy. But selling a result is easy. Selling a result's easy, especially when you target the customer and you overlay their site, because you're giving it a personal touch to them, and you're showing them the result. It's barely even sales at this point. It's just Do you want it? No? Okay, next. Do you want it? No? Okay, next. Do you want it? Yes. Let's talk. Negotiate price. Done. Sold. Okay, does everybody get that? See a lot of questions coming in already, and I see the guys answering them, but we will, I always like to go back to good questions and answer them later on, just so everybody can hear all the answers of all the other questions. Okay, that was method number 2. Now what we're gonna do, guys, is method number 3. Okay, so we're gonna go back to our assets. Where is our, what was it called? Too many sites. Get hitched. All right, so let's delete that. Okay, and this time what we're gonna do is, let me just make sure this is turned off here too as well. Okay, back to our beautiful ugly site. Remember we told you it wasn't gonna matter that your sites are ugly, guys? That's kind of why. And there's a whole bunch more that we can do with that, and we'll get to that in Q&A period. Okay, so now method number 3, guys, is another really, really unique thing about local supremacy, and it's kind of based on the premise of what is one of the easiest sales to make as an SEO? And the answer to that question is the easiest sale to make as an SEO is a second sale to an existing customer who is already happy with what you're doing for them. All right. They already believe in you. They already trust you. You're already doing work for them. They're seeing the results of your work. They're very, very happy. They're interested in more services from you. It's a very, very easy close. You know what I mean? All the objections and all the crap and all the BS that you got to deal with in the initial sales process is now over with. Now it's just a matter of like, look, I have more services. Are you interested? And they'll either say yes or no. But it's the easiest sale in SEO. Selling another selling another service to an existing customer who's already happy with your initial results. So what we're going to show you is something called skinning. Okay. Now, how many people who have had clients and what you're doing? Let's say, for instance, this website was a client. Okay, for starters, let's say this is a client, and you're trying to convince your client, listen, your site is kind of shitty, and you might love it, but your customers aren't loving it, and I think I could make some changes on your site and help you get more phone calls from your site, because this is kind of what I do, and I'm noticing some weak spots. And they're either one of two responses are, okay, but you have to go through my web guy, right? And then that web guy is like, I'm a webmaster and I'm an IT guy and you're an SEO and I know way the hell more than you, so he's big and you're little. Give me a 1 if you've ever ran into that webmaster who kind of belittles you and thinks you're not really hot shit. Give me a 1 if you've ever seen that guy. I have. Yeah, there's always a couple. Okay, that's one guy, and then the other guy's the small business owner who owns his own website. He doesn't have a webmaster. He tries to do everything himself. He's not very good at it. And he's in love with his own site, and he doesn't want you to change nothing on it, but you want to help him, and he's just like, well, you know, I don't really want to change my site. And he's just not there. So what this is going to allow you to do is take a client and actually change elements of their site without having to touch anything. So let's assume this is a client site. Okay, for starters. So let's add that site. Okay. And then in the funnel, what we're actually going to do this time, so this is method 3, guys. Okay. We're going to choose skin this time. Okay. And we're going to create that funnel. And we'll just name it skinny. I don't know. Doesn't matter what you name it. Okay. So now we're going to edit the skin. So remember, here's GetHitch.pro, the actual site. Okay, let's just assume this is our site, but let's just assume this is the client site that you want to work on. Okay. Now, if I go back to local supremacy, notice it loaded a version of that same site. Okay, and you're seeing all these little orange boxes pop up. What these are editable elements on the page. So, for instance, let's say you're like, all right, let's start here. You should have like a better call to action. You know, call now for free consult, okay, and then like 800-555-5555, and that could be a call tracking number if you want it to be, right? Okay, and then maybe this, you don't like it, and you're trying to convince them that you want to change this, so we'll edit this, and really you can basically put whatever you want, okay? And you can do this for everything that has an orange box. Images, text, individual sections, whole sections, whatever you want. So for now, we're just going to make those 2 changes and we're going to click save. Okay? Okay, done. Now, stop expiring my session. So now I'm going to reload the site, guys. No, I don't want to log into WordPress. I want to go to the site. All right. Okay, and now do you notice what happened? Here's the original copy of the site. I'm going to put these side by side. Here's the original copy of the site. But I can now go to the same URL, okay, the exact same URL. And those changes that I made are showing now. Okay, now that's called skinning, right? You do not have to change elements of a site to change the site, right? And that's going to be good for gatekeepers. That's going to be good for business guys who are in love with their site. It's going to be good for if you guys use something like landing pages and call tracking numbers where all you want to change out is a logo and a call tracking number. It's basically changing the site without even needing to log into the site, right? And that's called skinning. And as far as I know, guys, along with every other feature that's in local supremacy, this kind of skinning feature is good for like A/B split testing and stuff like that. It's where it came from. But as far as I know, it doesn't really exist anywhere else in the local marketing space. And I hear Steven, so maybe you want to add a little bit to that?
No, that's basically it. It doesn't exist at all. It comes from split testing technology, which I've built from the ground up and applied it to this kind of scenario. And as far as I'm still aware, it's 100% unique.
Yeah, and 100% awesome. So guys, that's method number 3 out of 4. Okay, so number 1, attract the fly to honey. Just put a for rent sign on your site and it will collect leads for you, and you know, they can automatically rent the site and they'll go into your PayPal automatically for you without you ever touching it. Method number 2 is straight up build a site, rank it. They both involve this first step. Build a site, get tons of rankings. In step number 2, you build a site, get tons of rankings. Target a spending customer in your niche, in your location, pick up the phone and show them your unique selling proposition. Okay. Method number 3, you already have a client, you can offer additional services, or maybe you're skinning different call tracking numbers on different pages. You have skinning technology for you. We still have a 4th unique method now, guys, and I'm going to actually let Steven explain that one to you. So, Steven, if you're ready, I'll pass the screen over.
Yeah, throw it over.
All right. Oh, Steven, there you go.
All right, show my screen. And can you see it?
Yeah.
I don't have access to the chat right now, so you're gonna have to be my relay. Okay, cool. All right, guys. So I'm gonna show you the 4th method Herc was talking about. It is just or even more unique as the 3rd one Herc just showed. And drum roll, it is add YouTube videos. Yes, so I am sure all of you know that YouTube is the 2nd biggest search engine in the world, and there's a shit ton of videos being uploaded every second of everywhere in the world. And ranking in YouTube is still a little bit easier as then in the normal search results, and you can even combine it because obviously you all probably know that they also show up very nicely in the search results in Google normally. And you can basically rent them out for your renters, and the idea is that you push the traffic that goes and views your local SEO videos towards the websites of your renters to create new leads and obviously new customers as well. So here is a video that we're going to grab as an example. It's a video I've made as an affiliate for some product a while ago, and I want you to kind of remember that when you're thinking about videos, you're also just have that real estate kind of comparison in your mind, and these first 2 lines of the description is basically your prime real estate. That's what it's about. So you have your video, people watch the video, and then mostly what you do is to push viewers to a specific URL is the first line or first 2 lines, and you put your URL so people actually click it. So what we do is we go to manage SERP assets and then add YouTube asset. You can choose many YouTube accounts, channel accounts as you want. Different YouTube accounts, and then every YouTube account you have different channel accounts as well. Like for example here, if I click, this is my Fletcher Mobile, and there's like a ton other of channels I can choose from, and you can add them all simply in the system here. And if you already have some, you can just select them off here. There's a new channel, a YouTube account. So if I got it right, the video that I'm using right now is from this account. And all I do is just paste the URL. There's an option to enable closed captioning tool. For videos that do not have any audio in it, you should turn this off, but most videos you can leave it on. I'll get into that a little bit more in just a few minutes. And then when you're done, you just hit the add video button, and the system will go and grab the details of that video. Just let me load here a little bit. I'm in Buenos Aires, so the connection isn't super fast. That said, it is extremely slow right now. Come on. La 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 la. So if you use a new channel, what will happen next? Actually, you will be forwarded to a YouTube website itself, and it's gonna ask you for access for our application, so it can access your videos and stuff like that. However, because mine account is already in there, it's just going to grab the video details automatically and then just add it to the system directly, if it ever loads, because now it's getting ridiculously long. Come on. There we go, finally. All right, so this is the URL. It grabbed the title, as you can see. That's the title here as well. And it shows you a few options. The first option here you can turn on and off is the renter can edit video description. So as I mentioned before, the video description is basically what you use as your prime real estate to push the visitors, the viewers of your video towards the renter's website to generate leads. So I would always recommend you to turn that on. Then another option here is the renter can add video tags. I usually let it off because it really doesn't add that much value. It's just an option there if you want to use it. And then there's the captioning tool, which is really cool. I'll show that to you in a second as well. And the fourth option here is the renter can edit video title. Now, I don't know how much you know about YouTube rankings, but the video title is really important. The video description is important, and the video tags are important. And now, if you let your renter edit the video title, it's dangerous, because if they change the title too much, it might change or even tank your ranking. So that's why I don't recommend you to turn this on, and that's why we have something special for the video description as well, which I'm going to show you right now. So when I hit save, and then you see two options here, the video description settings and the caption tool settings are, because those are on right now. So I click this here, and you see the video description from YouTube. So if I click show more, you see everything here. And it's the same as you see it over here. So like I mentioned just now, if the renter is going to change the whole video description of the video, it might happen again. Like it might change the ranking or even tank the rankings. And of course, that's what you don't want. It's your asset. It's your real estate. So you wanted to keep it ranking, of course. So you want to protect it against your renter, basically. So what you do is you basically tell the system that your renter is only going to be able to edit parts that you select. So for example, I do this, and you see the text just turns green. That means when you rent out this video, the renter of the video is only going to be able to edit this particular line. Like I always recommend the first one or two lines, because that's your prime real estate. That's where the people click. And then obviously your renter might want to change this link here as well. So just select that as well. Turns green, and that's it. You hit save changes. You get a little bit of a confirmation here, and that's it. That's you're done setting up what your renters can change when you rent this out, when you rent this video out. So then let's have a look at the caption tool settings. and it's going to load all the caption blocks. So one thing I didn't mention on purpose just now about the ranking factors in YouTube is the actual closed captioning, the transcription of your video. So YouTube has an artificial intelligence engine running in the back. So any video you upload that has audio, it will transcribe it, or attempt to transcribe it. It's pretty good. You know, it's getting better and better and better. However, it's not perfect, and that's where it kind of is important for you to pay attention to, because the transcription is very much used by Google to show the relevant videos when you search for something. So it's very important. YouTube or Google, whatever you want to call them, they have the right and correct transcription. So what I said, YouTube AI does a pretty good job, but very often if you have a weird accent or talk very fast, like I'm not a native English speaker, so YouTube will get it wrong more often, and very often exactly on the most important words, like your keywords, key phrases, and stuff like that. So it's really important that you make sure the whole transcription is correct, so you rank higher. So this little tool here can do that. So this is all the captioning blocks. It has a starting time, ending time, and just all the text. You can edit that. However, obviously in YouTube there's a tool for that as well, and it might even be a little bit easier to use and a little bit fancier of a user interface. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend that this little tool is better than that. So you can either do that from here or just directly inside of your video manager in YouTube. However, there's one really cool and special feature in this little tool here, and that's this button over here. So each caption block can be turned on or off. So red means locked and green means unlocked. So what does that mean is that when you rent out this video, that your renter can actually edit this particular block. So why would they want to do that? Well, they could do something like, hey, call us now at 888-555-999. Now, and when I say your renter can edit this. This is kind of depends on how you set up the system. You can let your renter edit it themselves, so it's kind of a do-it-yourself kind of setup for you, or you can do it for your renter as well, right? And then you can, for example, add your tracking call number just right there. And basically what it does, it's just create another way besides just the prime real estate, the first two lines, but then also in your closed captioning to push the visitors, the viewers of the video towards the business of your renter. And now how it works in YouTube is that closed captioning, once you turn it on, it's on forever. Like I didn't click this one, it's already on because I know a few years ago I turned it on and it just stays on forever basically. So to kind of push more people to turn on closed captioning so that they actually see your call to action there, is that you can add like an annotation in the YouTube video manager that says something like turn on your closed captioning for more information, or maybe even entice them with a small bonus or something exclusive that's only for exclusive information that's only visible in the closed caption or something like that. You know, you guys can make something up better than I am. I'm sure you're better marketers than I am. I'm a techie guy, so I'll leave that up to you. But yeah, that's just another way of pushing your viewers towards your renter, and that's what it's ultimately all about, of course. So that's kind of the setup for renting out the videos. And then I want to show one more thing is the rent me funnel, but just to make sure it's correct and working, I'm going to set here the price. You can set whatever. There's a whole bunch of currencies as well, and if you want new currencies, we can always add that. I'm actually, the next update's going to add Brazilian, what's that? Pesos or something like that, I think, because somebody requested it. You can categorize it. You can set up a thank you URL for after the PayPal if you want. The renter interface is where the renter can manage their own assets that they're renting, websites or videos. You can enable or disable that. disabled. That means you run it for them, you set it up for them basically, and then a payment method, a PayPal subscription or buy now button or a wire transfer, and then the live demo time that Herc just showed you is there as well. So just hit save when that's done, and then let's have a look at the Rent Me funnel over here. So the funnel is kind of similar as to what Herc already showed you for a normal website. However, there are some limitations, of course, because unfortunately we are not able to show pop-ups on the YouTube website, right? So they're never going to allow that. Obviously, it would be fun, but not possible. So then we have to use the video description as like a temporarily ad place. Again, going back to that ID, first two lines, you prime real estate. That's what people see. So that's what we're going to use. So we're just going to add a step as well for the sales page, and then create the funnel. So what you're going to see here is the description again, but what the system has done is it added this little line here, rent this video, more information, and then you see a variable over here. That's going to be an auto insert of the sales page URL we're about to create in the next step. You can change this. You can put your own URL here, just like a hard-coded URL, whatever you want. You can completely change this first line and basically everything, but I won't recommend that. Just again, think about the prime real estate first two lines. So I would only change this first line here, and then we'll use the example as a dynamic URL that will be inserted right here. And then let's create a new sales page quickly as well. So I just can kind of show that to you. You can give it a name, whatever you want, of course, and then a call to action. So all the sales page templates will have a call to action, and when they click that call to action button, it can do three things. It can do pay now, so it will send you either to PayPal for the buy now subscription, or it shows you a pop-up with the wire transfer information. It can do a lead form, so where you ask the potential renter to fill out a form, so you can quickly follow up based on that form and call them and close that deal. Or what you can also do is a pop-up with a call us, depending on what you fill out in your profile of your account here. It can be a Skype call us now button, or just a display button, or just display your phone number that you filled out in your profile. So for now, let's just put it on a PayPal now. I'm quickly saving the funnel and then editing the sales page. All right, just like before, it's the same kind of sales page editor here. You have a whole bunch of different mix and match parts, blocks for your website, so your footers, your headers, your pricing. You can even show theme and some content. As you can see, it's just drag and drop. That's if you want to put some more effort into it, or like a little bit more customized, but we have full templates as well, which I always use because I'm lazy. That's programmers. Again, just drag and drop. All right, let it load, and you can edit everything you want. Just like Herc showed before, any small or big thing. Some numbers there. You can edit the images as well, of course. You upload new image, crop it, resize it, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. And then when you're done, you just hit the publish button. All right, there we are. And then let's go to the video and let's refresh it. There's no refreshing anymore. All right, just hitting F5 then.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, pause, and there you go. As you can see, it now shows rent this video for more information, and that's the URL that automatically was inserted there. And there you go, the URL is automatically added to the sales page. The small edit we did is over here, and this is a call to action button, and this is the main call to action button. So when it's clicked, it will send the user to PayPal. I have no idea why it looks so crappy, but that's either a PayPal thing or just my slow internet. There we go, my slow internet. And there you go, as you can see how I set it up, $50 for each month for 12 installments. And when they go and log in and make the payment, the system will automatically process it and assign this asset to that customer. The customer will be added to the client section, and that's it. It's just all automatically hands off, and that is number 4 method, renting out YouTube videos. So I hope you guys kind of like that and see the extra amount of opportunities that kind of brings. So you're not just able to do a rank and rent model for websites, but also for YouTube videos, which is super cool. So yeah, I guess back to you, Herc.
Okay, let me grab that screen. All right, you guys back to my screen with my little mouse dance here, local supremacy. Just give me a one. Awesome.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, the last thing, guys, I know who basically wants to get to the price right about now. You're done enough seeing demos and stuff like that. Usually by this time it's like, okay. All right, well, the last thing I want to say about the software local supremacy, we're not going to demo it, I'll just tell you about it, obviously, is that with everything you just saw, it's not only just those things, it also is a client manager. It does, like when clients start renting out your sites and you're putting clients through it and stuff like that, it also takes care of all the automated tasks like billing, rebilling, reminding if in the sake of failed billings, as well as notifying you, the business owner, that people are either failing or canceling, automatically stopping their overlays if they're canceling, stuff like that. So it is a complete automated client manager as well. So that's the last thing I really wanted to say about it. But I also want to show you guys what's possible, okay? Before we get to the price, I want to show you like the members, some of the stuff that's happening in the members group. So this is SerpTech Facebook group, and it's a pretty big group. It's going really well. And I highlighted a few things that I wanted to talk about. This guy yesterday, Albertus. It's kind of funny how he said this. I just did a build last night, and 12 hours later, it's ranking like shit. But I think his English is a little off. Because he's very excited. He ranked a real estate term in the USA. I guess he ranked multiple real estate terms in the USA, and he's not even from the USA. So he's very excited about it. He just built the site in the last 12 hours, or I guess yesterday at 2:49. He built it very recently. He's ranking a bunch of real estate terms, and you guys can imagine how profitable having real estate terms are. June 28th, this was just like a week ago. Mitja, how do you say that, Stephen? Mitja. He just wants to thank everybody. You know, me, Stephen, Jason, Todd, Jeremiah, and Natalie are 2 of our absolute rock stars in the group. Here's one of his ranking results that everybody's sharing to help motivate each other. Can't really see it too well, but it's 220 number 1 rankings, 402 more in the top 10, which is really killer. Here's another one, Jay Lane on July 3rd, so that was 3 days ago or 4 days ago, completed a build in a great niche a few weeks ago and have 2,500 pages indexed, tons of page 1 rankings, most having 3 or more results on the first page, so he's getting out to rent it, getting ready to rent it. But great, we already proved we could rank, right? Can you sell? Can people sell these, okay? Drew Dunn wrote a really long, helpful post here on July 4th about some of his methods. We're still in SerpTech here. This is an invoice he just sent out to his client. He's got a site that it's not getting a ton of traffic, but he's in a very specific niche that is a very expensive product, and he's doing lead gen using SerpTech. And look at this invoice that he just sent out to his client, $4,500. Okay, and people are just like, oh my God, this is awesome, right? And that was just July 4th. So yes, he's making money. Lonray, this one was really cool, June 25th, just a couple of weeks ago. He's a Jamaican fella living in beautiful Jamaica. So he went to a meeting with a major corp in Jamaica, and he told them, basically the highlight part says, he ranked their website prior to the meeting, and in the meeting the guy said, I want to beat my competition, and he said, you already are, and the owner of the company's like, no they're not. And he said, I told him to go online and do a search, and I said, click any of the top 3 results, and when he did, it showed his website that he overlaid. So he did method 2. He was sold instantly, and then he sent the proposal in. He responded today with a yes. He's taking 2 SerpTech sites. So he loved the one so much he's taking another one. So that was another awesome one. This was just yesterday. Actually, major shout out to SerpTech Gang, just made his first sale, $1,500 a month for a SerpTech site, and of course everybody, they love it, right? Everybody loves it when people make big sales. And then I kind of stopped collecting these because we were getting a lot of them, but like income reports, this guy sold 5 sites for $1,000 a piece. Chris Morris, he's building affiliate style sites and he's targeting recurring revenue commission style affiliate programs. He built the site, and the next day he had his first sale, $20 a month recurring sale, which is really deadly. It's super awesome. So you can use it for affiliate stuff. Chris Peters was on one of the webinars like you guys are on right now, and he was actually a business owner, and he saw the value of this for his own business. Rather than going out and building sites and rent them out, he owned a plumbing site, and he booked a job right away off his plumbing site for $120. So then he went and took 3 days off and to go build more sites to get more business for his own business, which is a very awesome way. Jeremiah is one of our biggest rock stars. This was an older post, but he sold a site for $1,000 a month. The guy loved it so much. For every additional city, agreed to an additional $95 or $995 per city, depending on the city and the size. So he closed a multiple level deal worth $1,000 a month, and he's making a lot more now. So there's all the things. So this is what we want for you guys, okay? What we put together here, it's not a coaching system. It's not going to take you 2 months to learn a strategy and implement a strategy, okay? And it's not one of those things. It's a system that gives you a tool to get you instant rankings, which you know, we proved. I built that site today. I got rankings today. We've done it tons of times. There's tons of testimonials, ranking testimonials of people getting really, really fast results. What we're giving you here, guys, is a system that you watch the videos, you learn how to build. Basically what I did on the first webinar yesterday, you build like that until you get the hang of things, and then you can get even more creative and get even better. But you turn those around and you target some clients, you know what I mean, and you make sales right away. There's no coaching. There's no learning, you know, other than just learning how to set up the software. This is actually a system that you can learn and implement quickly and get a result extremely fast, okay? So what we want from you guys is, like we want from everybody, is we want you guys to get fast results, because we love it when people come into the group, and it encourages everyone's when they're sharing their testimonials, and it makes everybody work. And then of course everybody starts talking about our software, and then, you know, we all get a big ego because of it, because our shit works. So it's kind of awesome that way. So that's what we want for you guys. With that, who is ready? You guys ready to get this software? Give me a one if you're all ready, and we'll drop the link now. And that'll be the end of the presentation. Awesome. All right. Okay, does somebody want to, Todd, you want to drop that link?
Yeah,
chat box?
I do have it. I'm sending it right now.
All right, so there's the link, guys.
I spelled everything.
confirm.localsupremacy.com, and let me take you through this order, guys. You're going to get both pieces of software, okay, and this is just like all the proof elements and stuff like that again. But what you're going to get, guys, you're going to get SERPtech to build the sites and get really, really fast rankings. You're also going to get Local Supremacy, which is Steven's software, to overlay everything and do those 4 methods that we covered today, okay? Both pieces of software, guys, you'll get for $997. But there is a 25 coupon, confirm 100. So that'll drop the price down to $897. Okay, so you'll get both pieces of software for $897. Once you have your piece of software, guys, you'll go to the next page and you're going to have to pick a package. These packages are $47 a month after 30 days. Okay, after 30 days. The $47 a month package will get you 250 installs of SERPtech and 250 assets for Local Supremacy. Okay, and we kind of really covered assets, so I shouldn't have to explain that again. The $97 a month package is going to get you 5,000. This is like our unlimited almost. We just don't like saying unlimited. $97 a month will get you 5,000 installs of SERPtech and 5,000 assets in Local Supremacy. Okay, so that's after 30 days. The first month is only going to be $1. Now, let me, you'll have the 2 options, guys, PayPal or Stripe by credit card, but let me show you how to input your coupon, just because for some reason some people always miss it. So click on your option. It's going to take you to the checkout page. Okay, you're going to enter your email. And if you guys aren't watching this, please come back to the screen and watch this. Okay. Okay, you put in your email, you click continue. Is that just my internet right now? Or is it because I'm using a bad email? Is this down for anyone else? Is it just me?
I'll try as well, just a sec.
Yeah, please. Go to confirm.local supremacy and click on one of them buttons.
Yeah.
Maybe I have to use a better email. No, that is not working. You lost connection earlier. Zach's is down.
Yeah, mine's the same right now. It's also 500.
Yeah, mine too. I'm getting a blank page.
So it looks like Zach's is actually down. Unreal. No. That is odd. Well, Todd, can you have a look on the back there? You're probably already on it. What I'll do, guys, let me put this up for you right now, okay? Because obviously there's something going wrong. We're going to look into this right now. Here's the buy link. There's going to be 25 $100 coupons to the first 25 buyers, okay? Your coupon, guys, what you do is you put in your email address, you go to the next step, and then there's a little small text box that says have a coupon. Make sure you click that and enter the confirm 100 coupon, okay, and then apply the coupon, and it'll drop the price down to $897. Okay, you'll see this drop down to $897. Make sure you see that drop down to $897. Otherwise, do not go through. You won't get your $100. You won't save your $100. So make sure you do that. Okay. And since there's something going on, we might extend this for the replay people, just because we're not sure what's going on right now.
The back end of box is up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure Todd's looking into it. I'm just gonna try one more time. It might be because it isn't fake email here.
I'm trying it with my email. I'm getting something similar on both PayPal and the Stripe credit card option.
Okay. Well, guys, just keep that link. We're really sorry about this. Not sure what's going on. We're definitely looking at it. Hopefully it'll be done. Right now, what I'll do, guys, is I'll just go over a couple of other things. We don't do a lot of add-on bonuses for our products. We don't really need to, make it look better than what it is. We sell good software. This is the team behind the software. This is me right here talking. This is Todd. Steven is the developer of the software you saw today, and here's Jason. He's the developer of software. All four of us are SEOs. I'm the only one who's not a software developer. So you can, between 4 people with 3 developers, you end up getting some pretty good stuff that's based on actual proof, not theory. So we don't bonus our stuff too much, just because it's honestly good on its own. And what we will bonus, so guys, we'll give you one of 3 bonuses. We'll do kind of like an a la carte bonus thing. You can choose one of these 3 things. An 8-week rank and rent training. Okay, what this is a video series that Todd and I ran, teaching people the core concepts of local SEO. Okay, all the way from like how to choose the right niche to get into, knowing that this is a niche that people are spending money in, and that there's money to be made in, how to choose your keywords, how to set up your site, stuff like that. So this isn't really SERP tech building SEO, it's more core fundamental building SEO. It even goes into how to backlink properly, building PBNs. Todd added a PBN course into it. So anyone that doesn't really fully understand the whole concept of SEO might really like this bonus. It's 8 weeks, and it's based on this site actually right here. Spray foam insulation Edmonton. This is a site that we built on the course. Okay, there it is, ranking number 1 with the stars, as well as ranking number 2 underneath the map. So we're doing really, really well with that site, still ranking even though the course is it's a little bit older now. So that's one of the bonuses you can choose. The next one, if you choose, is keyword supremacy. Obviously, with SERP tech guys, you're going to need to choose good keywords. Okay, you're going to need to do some keyword research. We do teach keyword research, obviously. We teach you everything. We have members area for both areas that give you the rundowns, and I'll show you those in a bit. But the nice thing about keyword supremacy, it's a keyword research tool that Todd and I developed, And it's based on credits, which is kind of like the old video arcade machines, you know, versus Netflix, where Netflix you pay every month whether you use it or not, and arcade machines you put in a quarter and you get to play. You put in a quarter, you get to play, and that's like keyword supremacy. It's based on credits rather than subscription, which will save money. Credits never expire, okay? And the other nice thing about keyword supremacy is it does local keyword research in a way that no other SEO keyword research tool does. You can actually give it a keyword like plumber and say, show me all the keywords that are relevant in cities in California with a population between 100,000 and 500,000, and it'll spit out a big list of keywords for you, and then you give it a credit. Now you'll get all the competition metrics for those keywords. So it's a very unique tool. You can search Amazon, you can search Alibaba, you can search Yahoo, Google. So there's all kinds of ways to use it. Very, very unique. So we'll give you 150 credits for that if you want. Or finally, Project Supremacy is the SEO plugin that Todd and I built when we were first partnered together. We'll give you guys a 5-site license of that. It is also the SEO plugin I did use on the site, as well as one of the nice things it does is it has a really nice, easy schema builder in it where you can just fill in fields like what's your URL, what's your picture, what's your site name, what's your address, what's your phone number. You just fill in the fields, and it actually builds JSON LD schema for you, and that's responsible for these star ratings. Okay, so we can give you guys a 5-site license of that SEO plugin if you want. So any one of those 3 bonuses will be yours as well. So now I'm just seeing some questions here. Yeah, John. You know what? If you guys, he said, can you guys increase the first 25? Tell you what, if you guys are intending on purchasing this, okay, and you have to go to bed or something like that, can you please just submit a support ticket right here to Supremacy at supremacy.freshdesk.com, where I'm highlighting in blue. Okay, send us a support ticket. Tell us you were on Matt's webinar today and that you intended to buy, and we'll make sure that you get a coupon. So that goes for you, John Arnold. That goes for you, Kay. Send us a support ticket with your intent to buy, and once we figure out the problems, we'll make sure that one of those coupons is going to apply to you guys. And you know what else I'll do, guys? We'll give everybody the 8-week rank and rent training, okay? And then you can pick between one of these 2 bonuses for the problems. We'll give you 2 out of these 3. Everyone's going to get the 8-week rank and rent training, and then you can choose between the Project Supremacy plugin or the keyword research tool. So we'll give you the coupon plus 2 out of 3. You think that's okay, Todd? We can do that, yeah? He's probably busy.
He's probably stressing.
Other than people having some issues, is there any questions? I'm sure that's where you were headed there, Stephen.
Yeah, I saw in the beginning a question about the overlays, and somebody was asking about if it works with iframes and how Google feels about that kind of stuff. So I kind of wanted to address that quickly because I promised him I would for everybody anyway. So obviously an overlay or even a skinning technology, Google is not a fan for that. If Google would find that out, they would not like that. They would either de-index or kick that particular site out. However, what we have done, and I've spent a lot of time on this, is make sure that Google, the Google bot is completely ignorant about any of those changes. So it will never ever see those changes. Whenever the Google bot comes to your website, it will only see your normal website and will not see anything about the overlays or the skinning technology at all. And we've tested this very thoroughly. There's a video that's Herc showing on the screen right now. It's in the members area. You can go and check it out for yourself. We hooked up Google Webmasters, and inside of Google Webmasters you can do like a fetch as Google, and we show that exactly with an overlay active, and it doesn't see that whatsoever. There's 2 options for overlaying as well. That's for like the really paranoid people that say like, I really do not want the system to use an iframe technology. It gets a little bit technical, but just for the people that are interested in that, I don't want the iframing technology to be used. So we have created something that's called Overlay Plus, which is completely iframe free, and which is really cool as well. The Overlay Plus functionality actually means that our system takes the website, it catches it, the whole website on our our site, and that makes the loading of the overlay on top of your Surplease website a little bit faster as well. The Overlay Plus feature, though, that's important to mention, is only available for those of you who take the big package, so the 5,000 package. So that's kind of important for you guys to know as well. And a little extra, just kind of unrelated, but if you take that 5,000 package, you also get access to the white label feature of local supremacy, which means you get to put your own logo on it, you can put your own URL on it, and you can even use your own SMTP service for sending all the transactional emails from the system for all the invoicing, the reminders, and the confirmations and stuff like that as well. So that's just two little extras there if you get the big 5,000 package.
Just wanted to cover, John says 250 sites. I could make one site that covers, say, plastic surgeons in the entire state of Florida. Yeah, that's correct. It's based on assets, John. Okay, so if your SerpTech site builds only in Florida, but you market to all the cities in Florida, and then you include that in your shopping cart, every city on your site goes into a shopping cart, then it only takes one asset to rent that all out to one client. Add Mitchell, can this be done 24 hours after ranking? Yeah, if you're ranking, you're good to go. Good to start selling once you're ranking. I mean, really, guys, the selling is about selling the result. Remember that we talked a lot about the old way of doing SEO, which is selling a promise and having to back up everything that you promised with either results or maybe a silk tongue. But that's not what we're doing here. We're selling results. We use SerpTech to build sites that get results extremely fast, and then we use local supremacy to monetize those sites or to help us sell those sites by either overlaying or hanging for rent signs. And then once we have clients, we can do things like skinning and stuff like that. So as long as it takes you to rent a site, if it takes you 24 hours, as soon as it's sellable, it's sellable. And we push that. I mean, well, we'll not push it, but I mean, John, if you go out there and you get a sale tomorrow, right on, man. That's awesome. Or ad, sorry. We want you to post about it in the group. We want you to join those other people. We love it when people go out and make fast sales. It means our products work, and everybody should know that. Everybody should see that within the group as well. Because you guys know that some people are lazy, right?
John has the right attitude there. He's saying, tomorrow, what about making a sale tonight?
That'd be awesome. You'd have a speed record. I think our speed record for, is 24 hours for someone going out and I don't think it was a client sale, but it was like one of those affiliate sales or booking their one of those two guys that booked the job or something. But it was within 24 hours of building the site, which was deadly. And then there was another guy who did an interesting thing. He did a sale pretty fast. I remember from way back. He did Uber coupons. He used his Uber coupon and he built like Uber coupon in city. Uber coupon in all these cities. He just plastered his Uber coupon out there like crazy, and he started making little Uber commissions, and that happened really fast too, which is a cool idea.
Yeah, I don't know if this is mentioned already, but it's worth mentioning that we also do weekly training webinars normally every Wednesday, and we go over websites, we go over all the questions, and sometimes we even ask people to come online and actually talk to us live, either for site reviews or just sharing their stories. Like Jeremiah, which is mentioned before, has done this a few times, and he makes everybody very, very exciting every day, and all the replays are there as well, as you can see on the screen right now that Herc is showing. I remember one story from when Jeremiah, he was talking about that he set up the overlay, and that like he had it on for a week, and then he actually got a call from his client asking him to turn off the overlay simply because they were getting so many calls and new leads that they weren't able to deal with all of that. And like obviously Jeremiah's like, oh okay, yeah, sure. Well, he turned it off, and that means that he lost some money just there. And about a week later, that same customer called him back, and he said, Jeremiah, please look, man, we just, because of your website, we actually opened a whole new office for our business in Denver, that back on. We've prepared, and we're ready to receive those calls and those people. And so let's get on with it. Let's make some money. And that's kind of how that works. So that's also a testament that the traffic and the sales really do work there, even for your customers, right? So for your local businesses.
Yeah, Jeremiah, like in this webinar, if you guys, when you get in here, make sure you come and watch this particular replay, Jeremiah in the house, May 31st, January, February, March, April, May. Was a great webinar where he talked about his ranking strategy. You guys can see the site that he built, 149 #1 rankings, 231 in the top 3, another 500 in the top 10. So that's almost like 1,000 keywords on the first page. And he'll build these sites, and he actually did a demo build on the webinar as well, which was really, really cool of how he goes out and he's doing this stuff. And then he'll reach out to like existing clients, or he'll sell to people that have already bought other ones. So he's just, once he makes a sale, his next sales are coming so easily that he's building really, really fast. He was on a webinar, our last webinar here, July 5th, yesterday, just before you guys came on Webby 1. And he was on again talking for about 15 minutes about once he built the site, he got on the phone. He made 28 phone calls and got 28 no's, and then the 29th guy, he loved what he saw so much. He bought, I think it was like he bought 2 sites right away. So it's just like, you know, he's out there hustling, and he's doing a great job, and he's very helpful in the group, in the Surf Tech group. So you guys will get to meet Jeremiah in here. Oh yeah, that, by the way, this is the training area. This is where we have all our replays hosted, guys, as well as what webinars are coming up. Do people buy a site or a page or a keyword? It's up to you, John. You could sell a site. You could sell a specific set of pages within that site. Okay, this all relates back to the shopping cart strategy, or the shopping cart analogy. You can sell a whole site, put it in the shopping cart, sell it. You can sell specific pages of a site, okay, like say you were working with multiple types of plumbers, or like HVAC. There's heating, there's venting, and there's air conditioning. Maybe you sell the heating aspect of that website to a heating company, the plumbing aspect to a plumbing company, and the air conditioning to an air conditioning company. You can do that. Or if you want to target by keyword, you could target by keyword using wildcards. Like any page on the site that has the keyword wedding planner goes to this particular client. Any particular page that has the word wedding cake goes to this particular client. So it's so flexible what you can do.
Yeah, I think the most common one is just per location, right? So you do your state, and then your city, and then a particular business that you're targeting and the niche that you're targeting. That you do it per city basically, and well, some businesses serve multiple cities, and they can get multiple assets, or just you can combine the assets as well into one asset and then just rent it out, sorry, or just rent it out to multiple businesses. Of course, that's kind of the whole powerful idea of the assets, is that with one really nicely ranking website, like if you have 500 or even 1,000 pages ranking on page 1, you can easily create multiple recurring revenue streams from just one website, and that's why it's so incredibly powerful.
Does a rank tracker come with it? No, unfortunately, John. We in the group though, there's tons of recommendations for rank tracking solutions, paid ones, free ones, all kinds of stuff. And we do training on how to you know, if you are going to pay for rank tracking, because obviously you guys saw that I was tracking like thousands of keywords, and that can get really expensive. But we do teach methods of how to basically track thousands of keywords, but then scale it back so that your account doesn't get like blown up in fees. Just tracking like you know, you don't want to track 1,000 keywords. You just need an image. That's just a sales tactic. But we teach how to do that inside the in the members area. All right, couple support tickets, man. Yeah, if you want to manage all that, John, I guess. Thousands of emails with 10 free keywords each.
Do you guys want to try the payment button again? Because it just worked for me.
Oh, cool.
Right on. Let me give it a go. My computer is like a cache nightmare though, so it probably won't work for me.
Control F5.
Yeah, I wish it were that easy. Yeah, mine's still cached. But apparently it is working now, guys.
Yeah, it's not working for me either just yet.
Just so you guys know, yeah, if you get here and it's still not working, when you get to confirm.local supremacy, press Control F5 for Windows users, and then it'd be that squiggly thing F5 for Mac users, I guess. Command. I don't have a Mac, so.
Yeah, me neither, but that just sounded funny.
I think it's Command. Maybe Control.
Command, yeah, that's.
Yeah, it's working for me now too, guys. It's working for me. So.
Okay, it is coming
up,
up, apparently.
Yeah, momentary lapse of reason there on Zax's behalf. Do apologize for that, but it is the internet, so sometimes these things happen. Well, at least everybody got free eight-week training out of the deal.
Just came up for me, yeah. No, that's canceled now. It's working before we went live. So. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's working for me now too, so it is coming up for everyone all over the place. Guys, just keep trying. When you get to this page, just press Control F5 a couple times, and it will go. And then when you go to enter your coupon, remember, come back to your screen here for a sec, guys, and take a look at this. Have a coupon, click it, enter the code, confirm 100, and then click apply. Don't forget to click apply, and then you'll see the price drop and you'll see the green little message. So just keep pressing Control F5 and it will come back up.
Yeah, I just had to press 6 times in a row, and now it works for me as well.
So I did.
So that's a trick, guys. 6 times in a row.
I only had to press it 4 times because I'm closer. Oh. You're in Buenos Aires. Any more questions, guys? Sorry about the issues. Zax is a little... They're going to get a sternly worded email to their first level support.
I already did.
Yeah. Well, it seems like questions are slowing down here, guys. I'll give you a couple more minutes to ask any question you would like. Otherwise, I think that we can call it a day.
No questions on coupon code, right? Don't forget to use that. Don't forget to press apply. Don't forget to look and see what the price says after you do it too. So it will drop at $100. John.
Oh, John. You just missed it. It asked for the coupon code right here. It's very small, and we know that. That's why we have this little section of the webinar where we're like, okay, everybody pay attention. Email support, John. We'll figure something out. Here's, once again, just in case you need it. Supremacy.freshdesk.com. No worries. All right, guys. I think that's about it. Last call for questions. Thank you, Ad. The next step, John. Should take you there automatically.
Yeah, so after the first payment, make sure you let your browser reload and forward you to the next URL. So don't like close your screens or whatever. Make sure you go to the next page, and there you'll see a registration form to create your account and all that kind of stuff.
White screen, of course. You got a white screen. Not that it's you. It's just this is the way things go for us sometimes. Yeah, I wouldn't press refresh just because you might get billed twice, and that's even. Just submit a support ticket, John, and we'll get you to the right spot. All right, guys. Well, I think that's probably it. Anybody have any last comments? Matt, Stephen, Jason, Todd?
Yeah, thank you very much for doing this. Really appreciate it. It is an awesome piece of software. It really is.
2 pieces of software.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Awesome. Thanks for having us, Matt.
It all fits together so well. It feels like one system.
Right? It should be. It should be just one thing, but one's unfortunately a plugin and the other one's a SaaS. So.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. Thanks for letting us take up a little bit of your time. I hope you learned something, whether or not you became a member. It does not matter. We hope you learned something about SEO, sales, sparked your brain up a little bit. That's all good. Hopefully something like that occurred. And if you are a member, I have seen some sales coming in, so that's cool. Do not forget to join our Facebook group. You really need to get in there and start reading some of the posts. Use a little search function over on the left if you have any questions. And I promise you, your question has definitely been answered in there for the most part, and if not, sometimes a lot of people just post a question in there, and we have tons of super successful, helpful members that are just helping people all day, all the time. So it's a really, really great community. You're going to make a lot of great friends in there. I think the value of that community is just priceless, in my opinion. All of us are in there all the time helping out as well. But there are some real pros in there that know how to use both of these softwares really, really well. So, yeah, just wanted to make sure that once you get into that Facebook group that you mix it up with some of those guys, make some friends, and go out there and start making some sites and making some money. And thanks to you, Stephen, for helping us out there. Thanks to you, Jason, for being on, helping us answer all those questions, and also both of you guys. Thank you for making such incredible software for all of us to use. Matt, I want to thank you for allowing us to come on in here and put on this for you. And let's certainly chit-chat more in the future moving forward. Other than that,
thanks for doing this.
No problem. All right, guys, y'all all have a great evening, morning, or afternoon, and we'll catch you later.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.